Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the ActionTheTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, take a moment out, support the channel, click that like button. Hopefully, again, I will point you in the right direction. So we talked about it last night. First close on the QQQs below the 50-day moving average. First close yesterday on the semiconductors below the 50-day moving average. We talked about it last night. The numbers that we needed to get back above for the bulls to reclaim control. Semiconductors, after an initial morning, pretty aggressive washout, did their job, right? They did their job and they reclaimed back the 50-day moving average. The QQQs, after some really, really aggressive selling, and today turned out to be a pretty good session. For the Bulls' credit, they did get back above the range below the June lows, right? You can see the 626 level. We had a couple of shorts on the Qs from that 703 level. It traded down to that 701 level a couple of times. So to the Bulls' credit, they reclaimed back the previous daily supply of the 50-day EMA, still closed below the 50-day SMA. If you guys remember, we talked about it last night. The bulls need to get back above the 71160s level. It's a very, very important level, and they got very, very close at the open. Let's just even say they got back to the 50-day moving average, and then after the close, you hear reports that, again, there's potential military strikes, so there are military strikes about to happen in Iran or currently happening in Iran, and yada, yada, yada. The market right now, the Qs are down a couple points after the close, and we'll see. Again, we'll see if that is enough news to kind of spook the market. Okay, keep this in mind. The Qs did have a really, really aggressive 10-point rally off the low. So that's something very, very positive. But here's kind of like the breakdown of what exactly happened. Remember, we talked about 33% of the weighted index on the QQQs are the semiconductors. So you had a brilliant reversal today in SanDisk, right? Brilliant reversal today, SanDisk, up 100 points. Really nice reversal today on Micron, right? Up 10 points. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 50 points off the lows. It's actually very, very impressive. NVIDIA had a PR intraday, and again, this is now the first close on NVIDIA in about a 2-week cycle. Again, is it possible that this thing finally has legs and starts to rally? That is obviously going to be predicated on the idea that the number one, that the bulls can shake off this well, I guess newish, oldest Iran news and kind of reclaim back today's channel, reclaim back the 50-day moving average. Is it possible NVIDIA goes on that run to its own 50-day moving average? Sure. Aggressive call buying came in today pretty violently on the return. You can see it took out this whole range here that started back on June the 23rd with a high of 203.70s, and now this is the highest close in the whole formation. But here's the problem, right? Here's the problem, and this is kind of where we look at the net picture. Again, remember, 33% of the semiconductors are the NASDAQ 100 weighted index, and the Qs were only up 2 points, right? The NASDAQ was barely green on the day because all the stocks that we were talking about, the rotation came into them over the last week or so. The Microsofts of the world, they retreated, right? The Oracles that didn't have a pulse till about a couple of days ago retreated. Meta, right? Meta that had a couple of really good PRs, retreated. Amazon that looked like it was about to go in the last couple of days, again, retreated. Google, same thing. Google, Microsoft, same thing. So again, we're in a very, very odd dynamic here. Again, I would love to see a market that is completely uniform instead of a Christmas tree effect. If all you guys are brand new to trading or just kind of this terminology, the Christmas tree effect is when you have half a technology green and half a technology red. You don't want to see that. You want to see a uniformed kind of alliance. You want to see all these stocks rallying at the same time or these stocks red at the same time. But the last thing you want to hear or last thing you want to see is, well, Apple is very, very strong, right? Apple is very, very strong. while Microsoft looks like if it's a day or two away to losing the 20-day moving average, and the stock can get hit again. So it's a very, very weird dynamic. Super tradable, right? Super duper tradable today. Tesla, again, continues to be just a great trader. I mean, really, really great trader. Today, I took it a couple of times. Biggest rejection was about 5.5 points. A lot of us caught it really, really well. And you can see here, as much as the stock tried to rally several times, it held the bottom of the range 3 days in a row. So there's a really aggressive line in the sand for Tesla for tomorrow's session, right? We saw some really good 390 zero-days expiration for today. It met its number, got down to the 390 level. Guys, that's the line in the sand. I mean, I'm literally giving you the line in the sand. It's held now the 389, 390 level 3 times in the last 5 days. That is going to be the line in the sand going into tomorrow's session. If the bulls can hold, sure, Tesla could rally. But if the bears start getting control of Tesla and starts building below the 390 level, we did see some weekly 385 puts, and you can see here how much room you have if it starts losing this 390 area. It's very, very important that the bulls defend, because if they can't defend, you can see our recent lows are all the way down to 371 level. I like what I'm seeing in Apple, right? Like what I'm seeing in Apple. They tried to sell it off today. It touched the 5-day moving average. It bounced, right? It bounced. And now, again, it's very rare that right now the technology names are sitting close to their, close to their 52 highs. And then Apple's just not that far, not far away. So if the bulls can shake off this latest Iranian news and reclaim back the 50-day moving average, then yes, Apple is definitely one of those to watch for tomorrow, because if it could start confirming yesterday's channel and get back above the June highs, yeah, sure, Apple could really, really expand. So tomorrow, my hit list for tomorrow, if the market does reclaim back, I am definitely watching the video if it could reclaim back today's channel. I am definitely watching Apple if it could reclaim back yesterday's channel. I am definitely watching Tesla if it loses this 3-day channel that it held back to back. Well, not the back to back to back to back, but back to back to update, back to back 3 out of 4 days. So I'm definitely watching that as well. Marvel, right? Marvel did not participate with a lot of the semiconductors today to the upside. Inside day today, it's holding on to the 50-day moving average. I still like this thing. If it loses the 50-day moving average, so let's definitely keep an eye on Marvel as well, in case the market decides to pull and the bulls can't reclaim back the 50-day moving average. SpaceX, I will tell you, this is a very, very odd bird. So we shorted we shorted SpaceX today. Remember we were talking about SpaceX on last night's video? So we shorted SpaceX today off the 147 level, went down a couple of points, looked great. Look, I was about to, like it was about to die. We covered some, and the next thing you know, the stock rallied like 3 points to the close. We're kind of stuck in some. We'll see. I want to see how it plays out tomorrow. We're going to use, obviously, today's high is, well, I don't really want to use today's highs, but maybe opening range highs, but we're kind of stuck in this thing. Not sure why this thing spiked into the close, but gave an initial $2 move to the downside and then spiked the dollar and change against us. So we'll see exactly what happens tomorrow. Avago looks pretty good as well. Kind of the same type of setup as NVIDIA. It's been stuck here in this 2-week cycle here. Again, if the bulls reclaim back the 50-day moving average, we want to keep an eye on Avago, because if it reclaims back today's channel, there's a lot of room back to the 50-day moving average, roughly around the 404 level. And last but not least is Microsoft. In case the market gets pulled down, again, I'm always prepared on both sides of the market. That is the key. You're not looking for bias. You're not looking for, you're not looking for an angel. You're not looking for the white knight to come and save you. You are prepared on both sides. And you can see here how it had a great run. And now it's just sitting the last 2 out of 3 days on the 20-day moving average. If Microsoft gives back the 20-day moving average, it might potentially can move down as well. So we are set up for tomorrow. We got some longs, we got some shorts. Hopefully everyone is doing well. Guys, God bless. Have a great night. It is beautiful outside. It's 5 o'clock. I'm going swimming. Have a great evening. And with God's help, I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.